What is up, farming family? How y'all doing today? Today, we're going to be talking about the Ronbus Refoam series. Okay, essentially this is a supercritical foam core with 3D carbon fiber, basically placements or segments put in certain places of the paddle to help with the stability and to help with the weight. I do have a discount code with this company. You will get $20 off if you use it. It's FarmerPB. I get a kickback from that if you use it at checkout. I say it in every video. I always will. But yeah, I'm going to have a little spec segment where I talk about the different types of foam that I have right now, because I have 3 types. And I'm going to be going into detail about that. Well, a little bit of detail. But yeah, let's get into the rest of this review, y'all. So I've got 3 blocks here. I have the MPP core, the EPP core, and the blue core. Okay, all 3 of them feel slightly different, with the EPP core being the easiest to push in. Now, when it comes to the blue core and the supercritical, I think the blue core pushes in a little bit easier versus the supercritical. You can barely push it. Like, it's very dense and stiff. Like, this thing is a stiff core. Like, it is going to rocket off of it compared to these. Like, this thing is very absorbing. So the ball's gonna, if this is the core, the ball's gonna sit on the face a little bit longer. There is definitely a difference in terms of stiffness. This is the stiffest, this is the second stiffest, and then this is the softest foam out of all of them. Like, this stuff bends. Like, look how easy that bends. And then this one, yeah, neither one of those bend. Like, this is like crazy soft compared to the rest of them. So interested in see how this is going to play. So the first thing I want to talk about is the pop. So if we're going to compare this to pop of some of the other foam paddles that are currently on the market, it doesn't have the pop that the Groove & Laser solid foams, you know, the 16HD has. It doesn't have the pop that the Honolulu J2 NF, the NFK, and the NFT, but it does have more pop than the carbon fiber True Foam series, and it does have more pop than the Blue Core series does. So that puts this at the top tier of our core, in my opinion, in terms of pop when it comes to foam paddles. This is definitely poppier than the Pulsar series from Ronbus as well, which is a polypropylene core. I would go Ripple as the poppiest, then the Refoam, then the Pulsars, then the Novas, and then the regular, you know, Gen 1 paddles they have. But yeah, these are going to be at the top of our court. So if you're like a 3-5-4-0 player and you're worried some of these other foam paddles are going to be too poppy for you, this one will be, you know, more controllable. If this paddle would have came out a week ago, I would have had this in the most controllable foam paddles category. It would have went Blue Core, True Foam, and then this, because this is definitely poppier than them. And when it comes to the power, I do not think this quite has the power that the Groove & Laser or the Honolulu paddles have. It does have a little bit more power than the True Foam one, and it's not a crazy amount, but there's definitely a little bit more power there. This paddle is literally at the edge of our core, like trying to push its way up into power. But based off of some of the paddles that have came out, you know, in the last year, it's bumped basically where the category starts at. So this is an all-court paddle. Now, in terms of control, I just said I would put this in my video for the most controllable foam paddles. This is definitely the 3rd or 4th most controllable foam paddle that's currently on the market. So is it controllable? Yes. If you've played with a polypropylene honeycomb core paddle, this is going to feel really weird for you at first. It might take a week or 2 for you to get used to it, but compared to some of these other foam cores that are currently on the market, it's going to be a breeze to get used to, compared to like the Groove & Laser or the Honolulus. I feel like when I played with this, it was so much easier to hone it in after playing with a poppier paddle. All court paddles, that's what's really good about them. There's nothing crazy good, you know, there's nothing crazy. There's not like really good pop, like really good power, and then there's not like crazy good control down here. It's like average at everything, which usually leads to a pretty average review, honestly. When it came to the RPMs, the R1 got 2,130 and the R4 got 2,164. Like I always say, anything above the 2,000 threshold is going to be considered top tier. Anything above 1850 would be something that I could just take out and play in a tournament, and I couldn't complain about the spin. So it's got top tier spin. Let's just get on to the next segment. No point in me, you know, taking forever on this. When it came to the swing weights, the R1 had a swing weight of 114 and the R4 had a swing weight of 110. Okay, the R1 has a crazy lot swing weight, and so does the R4 for their, specific categories. Let them up. If you're wanting something a little bit heavier, just put some lead on them. That's what I really like about these paddles. They're customizable. They're not coming right out of the box like 8.4 ounces and having a swing weight of like 120 as an elongated. Like, there's a lot of customization being allowed here. Both paddles weighed 7.8 ounces out of the box. The balance point of the R1 was 245 and the balance point of the R4 was 242. So when it came to the twist weight, the R1 had a twist weight of 6.1 and the R4 had a twist weight of 6.45. Okay, when it comes to these twist weight numbers are a little bit low. 6.5 would be what you would consider average in terms of hybrid shaped paddles, in the past. It's definitely a little bit below that, but not enough to really matter. Now, what you can do is, with the low swing weights and the okay balance points, you can lead these bad boys up, customize them, increase that twist weight a lot. And when it came to the sweet spot of these paddles, the sweet spots were average in my opinion. I feel like you have to have lead tape on these. Like, it is a have to. My brother, after 1 or 2 games, was like, yeah, you got to put lead on this for me. So I put some like directly on the sides, like right where it starts to taper up, probably about halfway. And it helped him a lot. He is loving the paddle a lot more than he did. So to help the twist weight and to help the sweet spot, just add lead tape. When it comes to value for your money, this is a $200 paddle before my discount code. All right, so let's talk about the other foam paddles that are currently on the market. I said this is a R-Court paddle. There's nothing crazy special about it. It just does everything pretty average, and it's a foam core. If someone's wanting a foam core and they're wanting a controllable foam paddle, there's several options. If you go watch my controllable foam paddle video, there's a couple in the comment sections I haven't gotten to play with yet, so I can't comment on those personally. But the blue core paddles, the true foams, and this Ronbus Refoam. What is the difference? This paddle is the only one below $200 in terms of all-court or control foam paddles. So if you're wanting an all-court or control, foam paddle, this one is probably the most recommendable out of all 3 of those, realistically. So it just kind of depends on what you're going for. If you're going for a power paddle, just kind of move on, go for something else. But if you're wanting a foam paddle that's all-court or top of all-court, this one could be, a good one for you. This is my brother's main paddle now. Like, he straight up dropped the ripple and went straight to this. He loves this paddle. But yeah, if you've played with the Refoam, you gotta let me know down in the comment section. But until next time, stay safe, have a good day, drink plenty of water. Peace, y'all.